Hey student, in this English lesson, I want to show you some explanations, give you some explanations to why you understand teachers like me much more easily compared to native speakers. And 3 important ingredients that you need to include in your journey to fluency if you want to understand native speakers anywhere, anytime. If you don't know me very well, hello there, I'm teacher Prix, and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, yes, because every week I post different kinds of English lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. If you have already subscribed, hit the like button and let's get to work. Oh, maybe share with your friends. But here we go. I understand teachers, but not native speakers. There is a problem with me. Or maybe sometimes as some students say, there's a problem with you, teacher, because I understand you. So probably your English is terrible. No, it's not that. Guys, at a pre-intermediate level, if you don't have a good listening routine, you will probably keep understanding teachers, but not native speakers. And I understand this process because here on my channel, I help pre-intermediate and intermediate students to go from stuck to speaking in 6 months. And speaking will require good comprehension. But here's the thing, you can't keep doing the same things you were doing when you were a beginner. And probably when you were starting your journey, you didn't have a clear routine. You watched lessons here, you watched lessons there, you downloaded a book here, you downloaded an app there, and you learned a lot of basic lessons. Yes! And now, how about now? Well, now you need to be serious about your routine. Otherwise, you're going to stay in the same place you are right now, okay? Now, guys, what I do with my BSA. In my academy, my students have 24 recorded modules. Every week, they have access to a new module, 24 in total. And they have listening practice. But they don't stop there. They have a routine to work on their listening comprehension. Every month we get together, we have workshops, we have listening mastery, listening challenges, documentaries, TV series, and many other listening activities that will help them understand not just me, but other people. So I'm constantly using the internet in our favor because even though there is a lot of free information, you need to know how to use it, how to select information. And this is a problem because, okay, you have 10 million video options for you to watch, 1 billion podcasts for you to listen to, but that's just the source. It's what you do with the practice that helps you improve. That's why my students join my academy. You have lessons on the internet, of course you do. But it's the how that matters, okay? That being said, difference between teachers and native speakers. I want you to remember this. Maybe you will not watch the complete lesson. I hope you stay until the end. But one important key point you need to remember here is teachers teach. Native speakers just speak. Ah, poetic. I'm very poetic this week. So teachers teach, native speakers just teach. And disclaimer here, when I say native speakers just teach, I'm not talking about native speakers who are teachers. I'm talking about native speakers in general, actors, actresses, TV show hosts, reporters, okay? I'm talking about these people, yoga instructors, personal trainers. I'm talking about everyday people, ordinary people, not teachers, okay? So our job as teachers is to guide you on the journey to fluency. So we must be clear. It's my job. If I'm not clear, how am I gonna help you? So I come here with lessons to help you change, to help you improve. So I will always be easier. Okay? When my friends and I were at Harvard, yesterday I talked about Harvard at night. It was much easier to understand our Harvard professor. Why? Because our job is to teach, to guide, to show direction, to show the way. Okay? That's my responsibility here on YouTube. But anyway, teachers talk about English. Another important point. We teach English. Every day I'm here, I'm teaching English. I'm showing you lessons. Present, past, continuous, idioms, expressions. I'm always going around and around and around the same subject. Teaching vocabulary, teaching skills, ideas, strategies, how to study, how not to study, common mistakes, grammar, reading ideas, listening ideas, but I always go around the same subject, English. On the other hand, if I can give you a simple explanation as of why you don't understand native speakers the same way, maybe you understand a little, but not the same like me. You understand me the same way. No, you understand less. Why are native speakers more difficult to understand? In one word, variety. You go right now. Let's see if someone I follow here on YouTube that is a native speaker. Let me see. I follow so many different people. Let's see. Now, where are the native speakers now? I don't follow anyone. Okay, I like to follow this guy. Charisma on command. Okay? Charisma on command. This guy is not teaching English. He speaks English, but he doesn't teach like patiently. Hey guys, I'm here to help you learn English. No, he's gonna talk about human behavior, psychology. Very different subject, variety. That's why it's more difficult to understand them. And some people naturally speak faster. I don't speak as fast in my native language. I'm Brazilian. I speak Portuguese. In Portuguese, I already speak more slowly. I don't think it's slowly, but because I am an auditory, I value working on the way I speak. My enunciation is different. Even in my language, I like to pause. I like to be intentional with my ups and downs. This is me. I like being that way. I am a speaker, okay? I could go and I could give speeches, lectures, workshops anywhere in the world because this is me. So there is something that comes from us, our characteristics, okay? So maybe this guy will be too fast for you because he is naturally fast. I study Italian, and one day I sent a video of an Italian guy to a student of mine who is Italian. He is from Italy. His native language is Italian. And I sent this video to him and I said, look, I watched this guy, but I have to repeat many times because he's very fast. Is it like that in Italy? Then he watched the video and he was like, whoa, he's too fast, even for me. And he cuts a lot, the videos, because he does a lot of vlogging. So he tends to cut the pauses a lot. Okay, so there's another problem, editing. When you see videos on YouTube, there is a lot of editing. Right now, I'm not editing anything. I'm not removing anything. But when you watch vlogs or some kinds of videos on YouTube, there is a lot of cutting. And what do we cut? We cut the pauses, okay? So in edited videos, we cut the pauses. So we need to understand that as well. But the key word is variety, okay? So this guy that I follow, and I recommend you follow, he's really nice. You know, it's a nice way for you to work on your English. Charisma on command. So he gives ideas so that you can be more charismatic. So he will speak about something different than I do. And that's the trick. So you come here, you watch me for 1 year, and then you expect to understand him? No, that's not how it works, okay? But here on my channel, I give you strategies to help you practice understanding this guy. That's different. And that's what students don't pay attention to. I need a routine to understand this guy. which is much different even to understand me. People who come here and are beginners, they also need a better strategy to understand me, okay? But anyway, so as I said, my subject is always the same. So with time, you become comfortable with the way I speak. You become comfortable with my mannerisms, with my style. And I am always teaching the same thing. I have been working on YouTube for the past 6 years, okay? Maybe more. 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Almost 8 years, okay? I always focus on the same thing, okay? Now, guys, you lack variety in your listening practice. So I told you the key word, variety, okay? But here, guys, this is where it can be a little confusing, especially if you study alone, especially if you don't have a teacher, especially if you're not in my academy, if you're not my baby. That's how I call my students, okay? BSA. You lack variety. Okay, teacher, but I can go on YouTube and I can Google audio files. I can Google videos. I can go to this guy, Charisma on Demand, and I can listen to him. Yeah, that's it. No, this is where you make a mistake and you stay stuck in your listening practice to understand native speakers. You have access to a lot of different videos. You have access to many podcasts. You have access to many movies, to many interviews, to many documentaries, too much stuff. But to master your listening, you cannot simply listen. And I will always insist on this, okay? Unfortunately, students will be stuck because they think that they need to listen more. And I will talk about this tonight, okay? This week is a little special. If you're watching this on the day I released, there is a special week happening. And today I will talk more about listening. This is just a tip of the iceberg, okay? You need 3 important ingredients. First one, the material. That's the easiest. Yeah, kind of the easiest. You can find a lot of materials for free to listen to, okay? The second ingredient, the routine. That's where students screw it up. They fail, the routine. And the third ingredient, the background work, which is connected to the routine, okay? I want to get your attention to the background work because there's a little bit more to your routine. We have the listening routine and we have the background work that students tend to ignore. So these are the 3 important ingredients, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about them. And this is, again, something I do with my BSA. I give them the material. I give them the routine, and I give them the background work. And every week, they have to master their listening comprehension. And every week, it's a little bit more difficult. Not to mention the documentary workshops I give them, TV series, interviews, music, pronunciation, intonation. So I'm always working on these special ingredients with my babies. Now, I will talk a bit more about my special ingredients, the 3 ingredients that I mentioned. But before doing that, make sure to hit the like button, support the channel. Yes, YouTube tells me that a lot of people who watch my lessons are not subscribed. Yeah, so make sure to subscribe. And if possible, share this video with a friend, okay? Now, guys, as I always mention in my videos, I have 2 really nice materials. The first one is my study plan cycle that will really help you organize your study routine, especially if you don't know how to use the internet in your favor, okay? And you need a plan. And I have the plan. Check the description. And the second one, which is connected with this lesson, is my listening mastery workshop. This listening mastery workshop will focus on listening and will teach you everything you need to know so that you can master your listening comprehension. I give you more details. I give you an idea of how to listen. I give you a listening plan so that you can test the ideas I share in the listening mastery workshop. And I also give you recommendations of channels for you to follow, for you to use in your study routine. So it's a great material for you to have, okay? Link in the descriptions. But now, the material. Answer this question. What kind of materials are you listening to? You need to answer this, okay? So this guy, Charisma on Demand, is not the only native speaker I listen to. I also listen to, let's see, I listen to one channel about body language. I listen to one channel about interviews with philosophers, doctors, scientists. I really like that, interviews with highly educated people. Okay, I recommend, because when you watch an interview with a highly educated, an academic, that's what I mean, an academic, okay? Watching interviews with academics will expand your mind. It's tricky. They used very different words, more formal. So I like practicing that, okay? I also listen to this guy. He's a comedian, and he is from the West. The West? I don't know if it's West. My geography is bad. But he's American, and he is from a very far state, and the accent is very strong. So I like to watch him, some videos to work on my comprehension. So it's easy to find materials, guys. But the thing is, be careful with all the free options. Not all of them are going to work. And one thing that I can tell you here in this lesson is, the longer the material is, the more difficult it'll be to use it to study. I know that you want to get to the moment when you understand native speakers. Yes, but to do that, starting with something very long is the worst strategy for you to follow, because our brain has problems focusing. And when you're doing a listening practice, you need to be very focused and have very specific exercises for you to do, and gradually increase the duration of the exercises you do. This is the challenge here. Okay, so if I find, when I'm working with my students, with my babies, I focus on materials that are short so that I can explore different things, because that's the second ingredient, the routine. Only listening will not work. Okay, you can keep listening and listening, but if there is no active work, like using the other skills in your favor, you will not improve. You need to test comprehension. You need to answer questions. You need to be able to, this is something that I teach in the Listening Mastery Workshop. You need to be able to tell me general and details. Because mostly people watch a lesson and they say, oh, this video is about psychology. Yeah, okay. What about that? That's general. Most students stop at general. They give me a quick explanation. Oh no, the video gives some tips to improve body language, communication. Yeah, okay, what are the details? That's where students get stuck. There's no routine. You don't test your detail comprehension. Names, dates, explanations, examples, opinion, agree, disagree, conclusion. That's part of the routine. But if you're driving to work, it's very difficult to have a routine. If you're not at home, if you're not sitting at a desk and doing the work, it is very difficult to do that. And finally, the background work. Grammar, reading, writing, pronunciation, intonation must be part of your listening mastery process. What I like to say is, when the audio file stops, is over, your background work starts. So I listened to this video here. Let's see the Charisma on Demand. Look, the latest video here is how to avoid being ignored if you are quiet. So he's giving recommendations to people that are quiet. This video is 8 minutes, a little long, okay? For me, no. For me, it's okay. I can work with an 8-minute video to test my comprehension, to improve my English. But for my students, I recommend 4 or 5 minutes. More than that, it's done. I do it with my students, but there are more strategies we need to implement. So, okay, the video stopped. I finished. I watched. Now my background work starts. Not to mention the listening routine, the comprehension questions. And when I finish the comprehension questions and analyzing what I listened to, the background work starts. Grammar, what grammar was in the listening file? Reading, writing, vocabulary. I forgot to write vocabulary. This is how you build your listening muscle, okay? Your ability to understand native and non-native speakers. Now, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.